5 tips for new freelancers coming right out. Hey everyone, my name is Sylvia and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a few of the tips that I would be giving to a younger version of myself, a newer freelancer just starting out as a virtual assistant, social media manager, or any kind of service provider out there. I've been freelancing since 2013, and these are naturally things that I learned along the way through trial and error. And hopefully they will help you not make the same mistakes as I did. So without further ado, let's get started with the actual tips. So the first tip that I have for you is to try out different things. You've probably heard people say to niche down in order to find your ideal clients. And while that's good, if you know exactly what it is that you want to offer, for example, if you know you want to become a social media manager, definitely go for it and learn everything you need to know and start working with clients. Actually, I'll have a link down below for a video that I did last week on how to get started as a social media manager without any experience, so shameless plug over there. But I know myself, when I first started freelancing, I didn't even know what a social media manager was or what a VA was for that matter. So I tested different things out. I actually started with designing and illustration and then did translation. I did everything under the sun. And I don't think there's nothing wrong about that. If you have no idea, if you're just in it for the freelancing lifestyle to be able to work from home and create your own schedule and whatnot. But yeah, bottom line, there's nothing wrong with testing different things out in the beginning, and don't let people tell you otherwise. Tip number 2 is to promote yourself on social. Now, while this may seem obvious for some of you, it may not be that obvious for others. And trust me, I know I'm a social media manager and I didn't have a social media presence for my business until 7 years into freelancing, something like that. And I can tell you, it makes a big difference in attracting ideal clients to you. Now, you don't need to do everything on social from day one. You don't need to start posting stories and posting whatever, doing everything that the social media platforms allow you to from day one. I know a lot of people get intimidated by showing up on video specifically, and while I highly recommend you work up to getting yourself on video and work up your confidence to do that, because it makes attracting clients so much easier. That's just the truth. Definitely take it at your own pace and do it level by level. Now, on that note, tip number 3 is to try not to be in just one place, but try not to be in 10 places either. Try to find a sweet spot. Usually I recommend people start with 2 different platforms. For me, those are Instagram and Upwork, but whatever platforms work for you, definitely pick 2 and then grow from there if you want to. For the longest time, like I said, I was just working on Upwork and not promoting myself anywhere else. If Upwork were to have closed from one day to another, I would have been lost. So definitely have like a backup plan, something else that you're cultivating at the same time, but don't try to be on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, Pinterest. Don't try to be in everywhere at once, because then you won't be putting in as much effort into each of them and they won't be worth it. So basically, you'll be wasting your time in all these platforms while you could be investing more time into. Tip number 4, raise your rates. I'm begging you. Please don't do the same mistakes that I did. First of all, I started really low. I started working at $5 an hour. And then it took me a long time to raise that rate. Obviously, I have nothing wrong and I highly recommend you get at least 1 beta client, either for free or at a discount, whatever works best for you. But make sure that beta client is limited. But after you're done with that beta client, please do yourself a favor and do me a favor as well and raise that rate. I know it can seem daunting. I know there's imposter syndrome telling you that you may not be worth it, this new rate, or people won't buy from you because you're too expensive. But there will always be someone that's going to be willing to pay your rate. Obviously, don't raise it by $100 an hour the first time. I started by raising it $5 an hour with each client that I got, and eventually I settled in something that currently works for me. Once again, go at your own pace and grow at your own rate, whatever that looks like for you, but don't get stuck in that beginner's rate for way too long. Basically, it's definitely not worth it. I don't know what else to say. And last but not least, don't take any crap from clients. I know, once again, in the beginning, it may seem easy to just settle for what you have. If you have a not so great client, you may be like, oh, but this is the only client that I have, and maybe other clients won't be willing to work with me because I'm so new or whatever. Trust me, there are so many clients out there. There are clients out there for every level of freelancer. And if a client is mistreating you or abusing their power or scope creeping you, trust your gut and have the guts to leave. Go ahead and find a new client on social, on Upwork, whatever it is that you're going to do. But trust me, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You don't need to be walked all over. I just hate when I see that happen. And it has happened to me before as well. But I've grown that confidence that it's like, I don't need this. I don't deserve this. I didn't treat you bad. So just please don't let that happen to you. I would hate to see that happen to any of you guys. So yeah, those were my top 5 tips for new freelancers out there. As a recap, number 1 is don't be afraid to try out different things when you first start out. Find what you want to offer. Number 2, make sure you're promoting yourself on social. Number 3, choose 2 platforms ideally to promote yourself on and then grow from there. Number 4 is raise your rates. And number 5 is don't take any crap from clients. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope it helped you out in one way or another. If you have any questions, any requests, any feedback, make sure to leave those in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a like down below as well. And subscribe if you're not already. I post every single Friday and I have tips on Upwork, Instagram, social media in general. So make sure you join us and stay tuned for next week's video. Bye.